Hi, welcome to Car Mechanical, and today I'm going to show you how to change your TDI fuel filter on an Audi, VW, Seat or Skoda. So we're going to go straight in and have a look at where my fuel filter is located, and it's at the back of the engine bay, and you can see there from the corrosion on top it's probably not been changed in a while, or in the short while it has been in there it's got incredibly rusty. So I hate to think of what it looks like inside. So what we're going to do to start with is we're going to undo the two Jubilee clips or worm drive clips, and also for the fuel filter down the side of it there may be a bolt that needs undoing or a nut that needs loosening to allow the fuel filter to come out. I've not shown that on mine because of its slack at the moment. So with the first two pipes undone, we're going to take them off, and they need to be worked slowly side to side, and mine were incredibly stiff. They might have benefited from some silicone spray or lubricant or something to slacken them off. Eventually they did just loosen off doing this, and then they could be pulled off. So we're going to do the two rear sides first, and then once they're off we're going to move across to do the front one as well. And you can see the effort I'm putting in here. It's just slowly working it back and forward. You don't want to break or crack the pipe, just take your time and get it done. So to take the thermostatic valve off, we're going to remove this clip here, and then off camera I'm going to remove these two clips as well, but we're going to pull the thermostatic valve up. Now these clips are ones that can't be reused, so I take them off and I throw them away. I'm going to replace them with Jubilee clips or worm drive clips. We're going to take the old fuel filter out, and when we have a look on top you can just see how old this is. I'm sure this is well past its change date. I think it's some issues for some of the performance I've had with the car. Now we're going to get the new fuel filter, and what you want to do before you replace it, you want to prime it. So you're going to fill it with diesel and try not to make the mess I've made because I've misplaced my funnel when I was doing this. But you're just going to fill the new fuel filter up, and what this stops you from having to do, it stops you having to bleed the car for ages, or to crank it for ages, run your battery flat and have the car run a bit rough when you first start it. So fill the fuel filter to the brim, and then we're going to fit it. So it's just going to go in the same fuel filter housing spot on here. It might be different on slightly different VW models for its location, but the process is about the same. So put the two rear hose pipes back on, and you can tighten these at this point if you want, or you can do it later. We're going to remove the thermostatic valve. Now the reason I'm replacing the thermostatic valve as well is these can let air in when they get a little bit old. So we're going to remove and replace that, and we're going to put the new one in as well. Pay close attention to the orientation of this. I initially fit it the wrong way round, I then realised flip it round. It can only go in one way with the retention clip anyway. So I've got a new one here, I think it's a Marl make, Merrill or something like that. But they basically just stop the fuel from being returned until it's at a certain temperature. But if they do get worn out, and I understand these can let air into the system, I think this or the old filter will have a combination of poor performance. So anyway, you're going to fit this on both sides, maybe use a little bit of diesel on there just to lube it in, and then push down. Be careful at this point. I tore through my gloves and ripped a little chunk of flesh out. It's something I could have easily avoided by paying a little bit more attention. Okay, so once the thermostatic valve's in and attached, you're going to put the retaining clip in as well. So if you be careful just not to catch it too much on the pipe like I do here, it can be a little bit fiddly, but it's not too bad. So once we've done the retention clip for the thermostatic valve, we're going to do up to 4 Jubilee clips. And although at this point then we'll actually be pretty much done, if you stick around to the end we're going to cut the old fuel filter apart and have a look at what it's like inside. We'll drain it and see if there's any water contamination in there as well, which might explain some of the poor running. And the other thing, we'll just start the engine quickly, make sure it's happy. If you can't start the engine you may have to do some more bleeding, so you may need to crack some of the 17mm unions on the injectors just to bleed any air out, or you may need to take the pipes off and get something to bleed it through. So we can see that we've got the engine running just fine here, and what we're going to do is we're going to go over to look at the fuel filters. So first of all, I've drained it of the fuel that was in there. So just showing you here, you can't really see it too much, but there's a little bit of a film on top, and what that actually is, that's the water sitting on top of the diesel. So if we go in and we look from the side, it's not a huge layer, but you can see there's a different layer going on there. And if I crack open the filter and take it apart, you can see that rather than being sort of the clear material that the edge of it is, the centre is all quite dirty. So this job needed doing. I've been driving it for a day or so and I've noticed a huge improvement in the car. Okay guys, I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it has, please leave a like, please comment in the comment section down below. If you would like to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button, and more than anything, thank you for watching.